whatever you wind up doing is exactly what you should be doing.
And I have not behaved one single day of my life. Not one day of my life have I behaved, and I am fine.
I need your help. I can't tell you what it is. You can never ask me about it later, and we're going to hurt some people.
Whose car are we going to take?
All right.
Yes, it is. It is the day post Matthew. Oh my God.
I am telling you, you guys, welcome to the Nikki Medoro Show live on YouTube. Thank you. It was all I wanted. And so much more. I don't know why I'm getting an echo. I had a blast. It was a total cattle call. I will say this. But if you are wondering if I am very satisfied, as they say, I guess so. If you guys are just joining us, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I met Matthew McConaughey yesterday. Now, I have the picture. I know I kind of teased it in the little picture right there with the hearts and the smiley face. This is his book right here. It's called Just Because. That's why he was there. It was okay, just to let you know how much time I actually spent with this man right here, this handsome devil. It was like, if it was 3 seconds, it was a lot. I mean, maybe 5 seconds. It was at the Book Passage, which I'd never been to, by the way. And I got there. I don't if you guys watched my video, I posted one on my socials of me hopping on the train. I'm a moron. Can I just say this? I am technologically illiterate sometimes. I, again, never use the Clipper card. So I downloaded the app on my phone. I don't know why I still felt like I needed a hard copy ticket, Kim. Like so I'm sitting at the Caltrain ticket booth. I had already downloaded cash onto my Clipper card to pay for the ticket because it's about like $20 or something to get to San Francisco. And I'm trying to scan it, and it just keeps telling me you have money on your Clipper card. And I'm like, I know, give me a ticket. And I'm arguing, and I argued with this damn machine so long that I missed the quick train, the limited stop train. So then I had to wait 5 minutes or like 10 minutes for the next one that stopped at every single stop. And so it took an extra half an hour. Okay. So that set me behind. I did ride a Lyft e-bike, which I am telling you people, this thing takes off. I didn't realize it was an e-bike when I hopped on it, although I should have because of the way it looked. I hop on it, you pedal it, you're like, woo. And I was like, ooh. It took me less than 10 minutes to get from the train station to the ferry building. And like, I was zippity quick there, right? So, and that was another like $10, right? So all in all. And so, it cost me definitely more to get to San Francisco than it did to meet Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Now the line. So when I show up, and you're at the ferry building, there's lines all over the place because people are trying to get into places. And I pull up and I see the Book Passage, and I see this line. It's not at the Book Passage, it's kind of next to it. And so I asked the people, I'm like, is this? And they're like, yeah, it's the line for Matthew McConaughey. And I was like, all right. I am such a fangirl, Karen. Like, I am telling you, I had an eating grin on my face all day. So I'm standing in line. I brought this book to read in line again. I've read this already. It's such a good book, by the way. I'm telling you, Greenlight's almost hitting, is it 100 weeks on the New York Times bestseller list? So there you go. So I'm reading that. I have this is the other book that I was reading, Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl, which also, by the way, really good book. It's funny. So, I had some stuff, I was chatting with people in line, but I was there for an hour. So I got in line at 3. They estimated the people in front of me, they're like, we're probably like 75th in line. They're like, and it moves quickly. And it did. I would say once they checked people in and they opened the door right at 4:00 is when it started. I was pretty much in the Book Passage store within 10 minutes. Okay. So this is how quickly they were moving through the line. Did I put Harry, thank you so much. It's work from home day. Yay. Thank you so much, Harry. Harry had to go back into the office, but not on Fridays. So yay. Okay, good. So thank you so much for the $5 donation to our super chat. I'll get the business out of the way after this business out of the way. Okay. And so I'm in line, and then they have this gigantic, I thought I had pulled the pictures, but maybe not. They had this, you couldn't, because I was like, oh, maybe I could just like kind of sneak a picture in from the outside and see him, kind of taking pictures with people and get another picture. No. They had a gigantic like screen. So when you walked into the book passage, you had to make a left. And then that's where he was standing, so nobody could see him.
I got this text yesterday. He's behind that wall with this big.
That was the picture I was looking at.
A line of people and then a big gray wall. Oh, you're so close.
But you could hear him. He's like, hey, you could hear that voice, right? So I was so excited. And as I'm getting closer, Kim, I am literally beside myself excited. Like it was so much fun for the bravest moment in my life. And so I walk in and I'm standing there and you can't even really see that many, like maybe the person, pardon me, the person in front of you and the person in front of that, you could see taking the picture with them. So you're not getting that much time to ogle the guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's my turn next. And, I gave my back, because I'm wearing a backpack, right? Because I had all my stuff in it. I gave it to the people to hold. So I didn't have a backpack in it. And I walk up and it's my turn. Okay. I still have this image. Like, I don't think I could have looked into his eyes any deeper. And he looked into my eyes. He's 6 feet tall. Somebody was saying, like, how tall is he? He's 6 feet. I'm 5 feet. So I'm 5'1". So he's about a foot taller than me. Okay. And I just looked. I mean, I wanted him to realize what this moment was. And I just look at him. I'm like, this is a dream come true. And he's like, thank you so much. And I mean, he leaned into me, Kim. I'm telling you, our faces.
Like it was like you could have kissed him?
Almost.
Okay.
Almost. I wouldn't have. I'm a married woman. I didn't need a kiss. Right. I just wanted him to know. I'm like crying. No. I just want him to know, like, I have always wanted to meet you. And I was like, this is a dream. He's like, thank you so much. And then we look forward and we take the picture. And then he looks back at me. And I mean, we are locked. We are locked. He's like, thank you so much. And I was like, thank you. And then it was over.
Next.
And I'm dying. All right, so here's the picture. And I mean, it's not the best picture of me because I think you can see every tooth I have in my face. I mean, I'm telling you.
Oh, that's cute. That's adorable. I love it.
I had to pick it up from Walgreens. I already ordered it. It will be here on next week. Don't worry. This picture. Maybe I'll put it hold on. Let me see if I can even do it.
I think it's cute. You both wore white.
I know. It's like we were in sync. It's like he knew.
That's adorable. That's so cute.
So what if no, because it won't show. So I have to do it over here. No, I think I'm just gonna put it right here next to his book. Oh my God. I don't know. Are you guys grasping this moment in my life?
We're grasping. Trust. We get it.
I swear to God. Okay, you know what, Karen? He's an actor. He does this kind of thing. I don't give a crap. He made me feel. And you know what? Just like movies, if you make me feel something, I'm there with you. And of course, but he seemed sincere. And remember what I was telling you guys about yesterday? That thing that Jay Leno, that advice. He's like, just want to be here. I felt that he felt that. And I don't give a crap if he's an actor. He's a damn good actor. And that's why I love him.
Crazy because you know how many pictures he posed for yesterday?
Oh my God, so many. Oh my God.
He probably peeked out of behind the gray wall and looked at the line. There's hundreds of people and it's like snap, 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 snap. He had to meet all those people and smile for all those pictures. I mean, I'm not saying it's not worth his while. He sold, books every time someone walked in. That's another book sold, but that's a lot. But
you know what? The great thing is he sold the book for price. It was literally $22.
Yeah.
Look at this book real quick.
What's it called? Is it a kid's book?
Okay,
what is it?
It's a children's book. It's called Just Because, and it's about the conflicts that we all are. It's actually a really positive book. I was telling Kim before the show, I had it. This is his signature, which is like a nothing signature. It doesn't even look like Matthew. Yeah. So here's the description. It says, have you ever felt worried and excited at the same time? Have you ever had your feelings hurt but forgiven someone anyway? Have you ever thought there was more than one right answer to a question? That's because contradictions are all around us and they make us who we are. And so, yeah, it's all those sorts of things, you know, I mean, knock over my wall, but there you go. Yeah. So he was, and he sold it for basically cost. He didn't like upcharge. Again, you got the book and you got a picture. And so there was like a QR code. And so I have everybody's picture. Like everybody, you had to like find yours. And thank God it was near the beginning. I think it was page 6 of all of the pages of the photos.
Oh, wow.
Let's just look at it again. I mean, but look at him.
It's cute.
He's so handsome. He's so handsome.
You are too. You are very photogenic.
No,
I don't
like if you zoom in on like every tooth is showing.
No, it's cute. They probably didn't give you more than one chance. They didn't say, let's show it to you and say, oh, is that cute? No, it was a one time boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it was worth it. It was, so let's see, I left my house around 11, maybe 12, maybe close to noon. And I was home probably close to 6:45, because I made the bullet train home. I was stoked about that. I was in and out. So the bullet train was at 5:06 home from San Francisco. And the doors opened at 4. So that's just to give you an idea of how quickly they moved through. I hopped on a bike, rode back to the train station, and I even had time, Kim McAllister, to stop at the Safeway across from the King Street Caltrans station and get my bottle of wine for today. Calling it wine at 9. You better have your wine. Don't tell me you forgot your wine.
No, I have wine.
Alone.
Trust me, there's enough wine in this house. I didn't need to buy anything.
Well, I was doing white, and I don't normally drink wine anymore, but we're doing wine at 9 apparently. Yeah, that's our Friday food segment today. But yeah, I am just, we both have a lot of teeth. Yeah. My husband says it's scary, but yeah, I even called him. I called my husband right after, and he was cracking up. I'm like, I have met him. And he's like, how was it? Was it everything you wanted it to be? And I was like, yes. And I told him the same story. I'm like, he looked into my eyes, babe. And I said, this is a dream come true. And James was cracking up, but it was so worth it. So anyways, but yeah, I didn't have time. You guys, like Kim, you even asked me, like, you didn't ask him to come on the show. Literally 3 seconds. It would have been awkward. Like, he's like, yeah, sure. Right. Whatever. Weirdo. No, I needed my moment. I went through all of that. Now, maybe someday. He wasn't doing any media availability either. There was somebody taking pictures of people in line. And he was even saying like, no, it was like no questions, no interviews. He also had been at Dreamforce, so I'm sure he was kind of chit-chatted out. I know. I would, believe me, if I would have had time, if it would have been something like him signing a book, like, hey, what's your name? Like had some sort of longer interaction that way, maybe. But again, it's like, how am I? Yeah, no. Thank you, John. A cute friendship couple, because I am in love with my husband. But God, that picture is going to be worth it. It's yeah, it is definitely, it's a keeper. So very, very excited. And Amy, why didn't you buy your ticket? Excuse me, I gave you plenty of warning. Oh, damn it. I don't know why my photos didn't upload on the computer. Mimi, if you're watching, Mimi's a listener. She came up to me. Apparently she met me at another event. And now that I'm thinking about it, I remember her name. She came up and said hi, saw old co-workers.
Who'd you see?
Mandy. I'm gonna butcher her name. I forget her name right now. You probably know who she is. She was right in front of me in line. So we chit-chatted. But yeah.
I was gonna ask you if you made friends with people in line, but that's funny that you knew the person.
Yeah. Oh no. I was chit-chatting with all kinds of people, and then you're just standing there for an hour. So, you know, and I was there by myself. So, you know, people were talking with the people they came with and talking to me as well. And it was so I didn't make a fool of myself. I did not need to get escorted off of the property. I did not kiss him. And the big question of how did he smell? He didn't smell like anything. Nothing at all. I mean, his arm was around me. You see where my nose is. So it's not as if I wouldn't have been able to smell him. And he did not smell like anything.
Maybe he deodoranted up for the public facing interview. Maybe. Or the public facing event.
And he was very kind to me. And I know he has to be. But again, I don't care if he was acting. He made me believe. He made me believe that he was so happy to see me. And that's all. That's all. That's all I wanted. I am wearing my Matthew shirt. I am stoked that I didn't wear it. Now that I know we were both supposed to wear white, obviously I made the right choice. And I love all of you for being so happy for me. Like on social media, everyone's like, oh my God. Yeah. I am on cloud nine. Like literally talking about it makes me feel lighter. It is. I hope for all of you that you have this moment at one point in your life. Yes, I did put it.
Oh my God,
I don't know if you can
killing
see
me.
it, but yeah, it's my screensaver.
Oh my God, Jim, you're funny.
Don't you know me, Jim? I made it that picture yesterday, and I replaced my own kid. Sorry, kid. Right now, Matthew McConaughey is next. So, anyways, you guys,
You're getting the bump. That's funny.
It was awesome. It was amazing. It was everything I wanted. I swear I could still see his face. This close. It was so good. Anyways, but thank you for going on that journey with me.
Huge thanks to Dillette for letting us know about this event, which apparently has made Nikki's entire life.
When you were telling me about this, I was like, what? And I was talking to people online about that. They're like, they didn't really advertise it even yet 2 days ago. The guy that was taking pictures of everybody was saying, he's like, I'm here as media. And then I'm also, I got the book and whatever, so I can get a picture. And there were a lot of guys, believe me. Don't think there was all ladies. Now it was a lot of ladies, but there were a lot of guys in the line too. And he said, he's like, 2 days ago, it wasn't sold out, or maybe a little bit longer, but after Dreamforce and hearing that Matthew was there, it sold out instantly. So when I went, it was sold out. But I'm surprised it took so long, but now I am, but I wasn't on the book passage email thing. Right. So I wasn't getting any of these notifications, and I knew about Matthew's book, but I didn't know he was doing a book signing. So anyways, it was a great old time. Thank you guys for coming along the journey with me. Yes, I will be adding to my collage, my little shrine here of Matthew, my kind of hottie. And it was fun. It was very, very fun. Okay, we're going to do some headlines. It's going to be a fun Friday because we're drinking. We can't do this every Friday, but somebody was talking about wine and cheese last Friday, right, Kim?
Yeah.
And so I have white. Kim has red. She's going to do a review of hers. I'm going to do a review of mine. This is a shout out to our old colleague and friend, Karen Reed, because Karen Reed is the one that turned me on to this wine right over here. So this is a really good white wine. Kim will describe hers. Let's get some business out of the way before we go to the headlines, though. Please, you guys, throw thumbs up for me, for Matthew, for Kim, for everybody. A thumbs up to show support of the show. It helps us grow our YouTube community. The super chat is also live. Be like Harry, who's at home working today. Thank you, Harry, for the $5 super chat donation. And if you leave a comment, we'll read it live on the show. But you could still throw us some money during the replay. Please become a Medorable. The NikkiMedoroShow.com is where you go. There are links to our Patreon. It's a monthly payment every month, kind of like a subscription. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a subscription to the show because we are 100% crowd funded. And so we depend on all of our fans and everybody to keep the show going. We are approaching, if you can believe it, the 1 year anniversary. And let me just add this, Kim. Have you heard about what they have done to the KGO newsroom?
It's CanBR now.
But do you know what's literally where our desks are?
No.
A pool table.
Oh,
air hockey. Not even freaking kidding. Not even kidding.
They're glad we're gone at KMBR. They're like, yeah, get them out of here.
Yeah, it's like a frat house. So more power to you, I guess. But anyways, It's almost been a year that we've been unceremoniously let go after they flip formats at KGO and done this show. October 17th is our 1 year anniversary. And we are doing a mystery box raffle as a fundraiser for the show. The money goes directly to myself and to Kim. And so here it is. We are taking payments through PayPal. And I know that it's a little confusing. Just go to paypal.com, hit send money, and then this email address, the Nikki Medoro Show @gmail.com. If you want to go directly to it from your browser, it's paypal.me/the Nikki Medoro Show. But I feel like it's easier just to remember the email address. But there you go. That's the direct email website, paypal.me/the Nikki Medoro Show. And that's the email to reach us. We also have a merch shop as well. But if you want to, it's $20 per raffle ticket. Thank you to people that have been buying like 5 tickets, 10 tickets at a time. You can buy as many as you want to up your chances of winning a box of my favorite things. So it's $20 each ticket. I will submit your name, obviously, into the raffle as many times as the tickets that you buy. And if you're within 50 miles or so of San Jose, I will personally deliver the box. If you're outside of that area, I will ship it to you. Easy peasy. Okay. So there again, go to paypal.com. The Nikki Medoro Show at gmail.com is the email for you to send and buy tickets. And yeah, we really hope to raise a lot of money and keep this show going for many, many, many more years to come. All right, let's do some headlines. I have my empty glass and some wine, and we're going to discuss some nonsense headlines. Did you hear that Oakland messed the hell up? I can't believe it. I don't know if it's in your news, but if it's not, I'll be talking about it as well. Yeah, when the state's going to give millions of dollars to help fight retail theft crime, you'd think some people would have their act together to get some of that money. But what should they do? And how do you feel about the city of Oakland? That's all coming up. Click that thumbs up button, and we'll talk about it after Kim's news.
Now, from around the world to up your street, the Nikki Medoro Show presents News Czar Kim McAllister.
Good morning on this post-Matthew McConaughey day. I'm Kim McAllister. President Biden is expected to give remarks about the United Auto Workers strike this hour. The U.S. auto workers are striking at all three of Detroit's major car companies at the same time for the first time in history. Targeted strikes were launched after the old contract expired at midnight. They involve over 12,000 workers at a Ford plant in Michigan, a GM plant in Missouri, and a Stellantis Jeep factory in Ohio.
Yeah, I've been hearing that they strategically chose those ones and the type of vehicles that are made there to not hurt the auto industry as much in the beginning. There was one quote I read, and they said, we don't want to corner them because a cornered animal is a dangerous animal. So they really want to work with them, but they kind of want to put a little bit of pain in hopes that they're going to, get some of their demands. At the same time, one of the auto worker execs was saying, we're not going to pay these people $300,000 a year to work 4 days a week. So apparently there's a big gap, but we'll see how long this goes.
Let's go to Maui now, because a congressional committee will hold a hearing on Capitol Hill, trying to examine these deadly wildfires on the island of Maui. The hearing will investigate the Hawaiian Electric Company's role in the fires. The U.S. House Energy and Commerce Committee wants Hawaii's energy company's CEO and utility regulators in Washington, D.C. for a hearing on September 28th. I don't remember if PG&E's officials were ever summoned to Washington, D.C. about California wildfires.
Oh, I don't know.
This is interesting. Yeah. There's a jury has acquitted the last 3 defendants in connection with a plot to kidnap the governor of Michigan. The 3 were found not guilty today of providing material support for terrorist acts and illegally possessing firearms. 11 others had previously been charged in that kidnap plot, 9 of whom were convicted. About half of Americans are interested in getting the new COVID vaccine. Picture of the vaccine bottles for you.
I'm going to get it. Yeah, I'm going to get it.
A new poll from Reuters and Ipsos found 30% of those asked said they are very interested, while 24% said they're somewhat interested in the updated shot. The poll also found Americans are less concerned about the spread of the virus, with 54% saying they are personally concerned. I mean, it's going around. I think it's a mistake not to be concerned, but maybe people are feeling it's just not that big of a deal anymore.
I feel like I always have to preface this when I say this. I know COVID is not the flu. Okay. I get it. But I feel like people are looking at the COVID vaccine similar to how some people see the flu vaccine. So we'll have a bad flu year, and then everyone's going to want the flu vaccine, right? But then some people are like, nope, every time I get the flu vaccine, you hear this. Every time I get the flu vaccine, I get the flu. So I never gotten the flu vaccine, and I've never gotten the flu. People anecdotally make up stories about their own risk, what will happen to them. I want to be protected because there's things I want to do. I don't want to be hemmed up by COVID. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I personally am going to get it bad. But again, I live now with someone with a compromised immune system. My husband, when he got it a little bit worse than I did. And so, I don't want any of that. If I could do something as simple as getting a booster once a year, I don't feel like that's that big of a deal.
No, I don't think so either. There's a video game company in San Francisco that had to shut down their offices yesterday.
I heard about that, yeah.
Due to what they called a potential threat So company officials at video game company Unity say the threat came after an update to Unity's game platform pricing policy. The new policy said game developers would be charged a fee every time a user downloads a game. All right, you download a new game, you pay a new fee, right?
Right.
But the fee would only apply after a developer hits a certain threshold for users and annual revenue. The new pricing goes into effect the first of the year. No details about the nature of the threat have been revealed while authorities investigate. Unity has several other offices around the world, but it was the San Francisco office that closed down yesterday.
And what's interesting, like when I heard that this morning on the news, I mean, you hear death threats. I mean, it was credible. I mean, how scary does that have to be to actually have to shut down? You'll hear about sometimes at school or somebody says they made some sort of threat on social media or something like that. For them to actually shut down, that must have been really scary. So
because somebody was upset over their pricing structure. If you don't want it, don't buy it.
Well, apparently the pricing structure would cost people their livelihood. I don't know. I'm not in that world. You know what I mean? I don't, because sometimes, we think of it like, oh, you just have to pay this little amount. But when you extrapolate it to maybe per user or I don't know, whatever way they do it, maybe it's a huge chunk of change. And that's what got people so upset. I can't imagine you have to pay $20 and someone's going to issue a death threat over that. So it has to be, in my mind, again, I don't know for sure what the math is, that it has to be significant enough to piss somebody off really badly.
Right, yeah. The number of violent home invasion robberies around Oakland is going up. Police report there have been a significant uptick in the number of home invasions in several of Oakland's more affluent neighborhoods. In recent months, the police department says most of the victims in violent home invasions are Asian residents over the age of 55. They say these robberies are taking place in the early morning hours just about every day of the week. Police believe a large chunk of the armed home invasions are being conducted by a group of suspects that have yet to be caught.
That's crazy.
It's scary.
Yeah.
Bay Area residents could soon end up with speeding tickets without ever even having talked to a police officer. What? The California legislature has passed a bill that authorizes the use of automated speed cameras to ticket California drivers. The bill now awaits Governor Newsom's signature. If approved, pilot programs in larger cities like San Francisco, Oakland, and San Jose are expected to begin as soon as next year. The automated speed cameras would be able to ticket drivers if they were tracked going 11 miles or more over the speed limit.
I don't like that. I think when we went, well, no, when this first came out, you remember what I said? I think there should, you should have to catch me. A human being, an officer, not a camera, not a piece of technology that I can't argue with. Right? Like, we know that the handheld speed guns can be not calibrated. That's one of the main reasons people get off of speeding tickets is because the gun hasn't been calibrated or correctly. I just feel like you need to have human officers bust people. If you're using technology, we're getting into, I don't know, Minority Report or Enemy of the State kind of area. I don't know. It just doesn't seem right. It's you are policing. You need police. If you aren't there, you didn't catch me. I don't know. I mean, is that wrong? I'm not promoting dangerous driving. I am promoting the deal as society. We have police officers that catch crimes. If there's no police officer, there's no ability to catch me.
I don't know, because the whole world is going AI. And if we have a police officer shortage all over the place, then maybe this is the way, take the ticket writing capabilities and give them to,
well, what if
a camera that can.
What if two people, what if I just happen, I'm going the speed limit. This is a photo here, people. I'm going the speed limit. This person though is speeding, but at the picture looks like we're both going at the same speed, or like we are caught at the same time. And then I end up getting a ticket. Like, that's BS. You should have to follow me, confirm that it's me, not just a snapshot. That's not right. Don't come at me. He's probably going to sign the stupid freaking thing, but whatever. I don't like it. I'm going down on record saying I don't like it.
I think, if only because of the officer shortage, right? I mean,
look, but again, I think my concern needs to be addressed. How about that then? I mean, there needs to be, how about this? If you're going to use the technology, there needs to be confirmation photos that I'm going that speed, not just one. How about that? That seems fair, right? Like I'm going down a road. I don't know how many cameras they're going to have, but it shouldn't just be one. It's different than a red light camera. Like I'm fine with red light cameras because it's so freaking obvious. There's the red light and there's your car going over the line. That's obvious. But speed, I'm kind of questioning, if the technology is up to snuff with that. But
well, I'm sure that you won't be the only person in court questioning the validity of the camera tickets.
Exactly.
Oh, look at that. Disney princesses. There's a new study pushing back against the common complaints about Disney princesses. Researchers at UC Davis say beautifully thin princesses like Snow White and Sleeping Beauty did not harm kids' sense of self-esteem or body image. Kids who love the princesses with the thinner bodies didn't have lower self-esteem because of it, and kids who love princesses with more average or athletic bodies like Merida, Moana, Mulan were more likely to be confident about their own bodies and more active in the ways that they played. The study is published in the journal Psychology of Popular Media.
How do they get that answer? Like, what do? Go up to a kid and you're like, does this princess make you feel bad about yourself? Honestly, I don't understand some of these studies. It's like, how did you come to this determination? So I'm going to go up to a little girl, right? Let's say she's a little chunky and be like, does this princess make you feel bad about being chunky?
No, I bet they ask targeted questions like, oh, your princess is really looks really good. What do you think about her body? Or do you feel like you want to look like your princess? Right?
Do you feel you look like this princess? Tell me the differences between you and this princess. I mean, again, I just feel like who gives a crap? You want to know what makes little girls feel bad about themselves? Other little girls, probably. Other people, right? Yep. Society, what we value. The Snickers down the hallway, those sorts of things. Princesses, I mean, okay. I'm questioning this study and how it was conducted. Let's just say.
Your favorite Disney princess?
I don't have one. I do not have one.
You don't have a favorite Disney princess?
No, I was never really that into princesses. Let's see. Let me think. I liked Merida. But I like
Merida.
You're asking me my favorite Disney movie more than the princess in and of itself, right?
Maybe,
so I liked Merida. Let's see. I liked Moana.
I like them all, really.
I mean, I feel like what? I'm gonna hate on a Disney princess what they do to me. I
probably identify more with Moana's attitude.
Rapunzel? What was the Rapunzel one?
Moana and Merida. Oh, Rapunzel.
What's her name?
I don't know what's her name.
I forget her name. The one on the left right there.
Yeah, the purple one.
The purple one. I liked her, and I was actually thinking of her the other day because I was moving my cast iron pan. I'm like, this thing is not easy to swing around. I don't know what she's doing, but that was not easy. But other than that, no, I don't. Yeah. I don't know. Who's your favorite? You like all of them?
I like Merida and Moana, probably the best. Yeah. Unique Pet is up for adoption in East Palo Alto.
Okay. Oh, really? Can you have a peacock as a pet?
Well, it depends on where you live, I think, because they're pretty loud. This is a domesticated peacock that's been named Wingo Star. Now finds himself up for adoption after the bird was rescued from a local parking lot recently. Animal shelter officials say Wingo's adoption fee is just $20, but they won't be handing the bird over to just anyone. Ideally, they say they want this peacock adopted by someone who can give Wingo a large predator-proof area to live and would be able to feed that bird properly.
And I think you really eat?
Bird seed, I don't know, some type of bird food. You're Googling it. I don't. So these birds are really loud. They kind of live up in the hills where I live, and you can hear them. They screech. They scream.
No, thank you.
Very, very noisy birds.
There's enough screaming in a teenager house. I don't need to add an animal one to that.
You need to be a little bit out in the country and have some space, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
this guy.
Yeah, you would. I can't imagine that anybody that would even consider getting any exotic animal would consider it. Well, I mean, besides like a reptile or something, but like something like this, like you need space. You need to give them some sort of resemblance of like nature, right?
Yeah.
Not throw it in my backyard.
They have peacocks just wandering around the San Francisco Zoo. I don't know why they don't take Wingo to the San Francisco Zoo and say, we've got a peacock. Here's Wingo, and can you add him to your pack? That's a perfect spot.
I'm cracking up. That's like they yell help.
Help!
Help!
Help! They do. They're so loud. Yeah. Ricky Bear says,
now you're kind of selling it to me. I'm like, do I want something yelling help all the time to crack me up? Possibly. No, it's worse than a rooster. That's awful. No, I do not want a screaming animal in my neighborhood. No, thank you.
Yeah, it's a little too noisy. What was it? Ricky O'Bear said, yeah, no screaming animals in the neighborhood.
No, yeah,
it's
exactly.
Just,
it's too much.
It's a rough one. But they're beautiful. I will say they're gorgeous animals.
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially when they're all up and it is feathers, right? It's not fur. Yeah, it's feathers.
Yeah, it's feathers. Like a peacock feather.
Yeah, but what do they call it when it's open?
They're fan.
It's a fan.
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't think. I have Matthew on the brain. I'm sorry.
John says peacocks can eat anything they can get their beaks on.
Yeah, so peacocks, according to Dr. Google, grains, grasses such as bamboo, berries, leaves, figs, seeds, flowers, insects, worms, and small reptiles and mammals. So yeah, pretty much anything.
Yeah, well, I think they shouldn't allow this peacock to go to a normal person, like a residential person. You got to put that guy at the zoo. I don't know what they're thinking.
Chris is lots of peacock experts in the chat. Who knew we were all experts on this?
Well, I mean, we all know that, if you've
how loud it is.
If you've lived near one or heard them screech, you kind of come out of your skin. They're so loud. It's like, oh my God, what is it? And it's not just loud. It's like, it sounds like someone's screaming for help. It sounds like a human being's, someone's dying in the distance or something. So
that's funny.
All right. Well, this show is crowdfunded, which means we rely on you. And thank you for all the ways you support us. You can find the website at thenikkimedoroshow.com. The Patreon and PayPal links are there, and we appreciate your support. And now I have to go grab my wine and
go grab your wine. Go grab your wine. Thank you, Kim. All right. Yeah, I have my wine here. I almost forgot it too. And thank you to everybody showing support. I want to read some of these comments. Now, as Kim is getting her wine, there was a huge mistake that was made by the city of Oakland. And it kind of, I think, is a great example of the mismanagement that is happening within this city. So let's just catch up. What was it? A month after LeBron Armstrong was made police chief, Mayor Sheng Tao was like, nope, you're out because of the whole not handling police officer misconduct, in her opinion, very properly, blah, 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 blah. So now we have an interim, but we don't have a new police chief. Mayor Sheng Tao has now said she is going to declare a state of emergency, even though in the past she said she would not, because it wouldn't do anything more than what they're already trying to do to reduce crime in the city. And then you realize that they have missed out on a significant amount of funding from the state of California to deal with a crime that has become kind of this stereotype of the Bay Area and California as a whole. And that, of course, is retail theft. So here's a report. The state of California was giving out something like $200 and something million in a grant. Oh, actually, it was a set. Never mind. No, that's just what San Francisco is going to get. It was like $200 and something million that they were going to be giving out to cities across the state of California to deal with retail theft. Why? Because again, retail theft is this huge amount of money. So here's a little bit from KTVU. I'll play you a couple clips from this news report regarding which cities took advantage of it and Oakland, which failed to even request it.
San Francisco police will receive $17 million. $15.5 million is going to go to the San Mateo County Sheriff's Office, and $11 million is going to the Santa Clara County Sheriff's Office, with $9 million going to San Jose Police. Joining us now is Oakland City Councilman Noel Gallo. Councilman, you've got to be disappointed with this decision and this missed opportunity.
It's certainly a frustration, and I've received calls already from businesses that are completely upset. It is irresponsible, inexcusable, and an example of the work that Oakland needs to do. I mean, we just went through a ransom attack and 911 system not working. Now I'm hearing today that we didn't apply for part of that $267 million to deal with the thefts and the car robberies that we're having here in the city of Oakland. It's really inexcusable. Mm-hmm. And if I have to get on my knees to the governor tomorrow to allow us to submit the additional information that we needed to submit, I'll do that.
So, yeah, he is wanting, of course, to get some of that money. I'm not quite sure that's how it works. right? I mean, I think there's a deadline. Apparently they're going to now hire, which it's Oakland. It is a major California city in the Bay Area. And they're like, we're going to hire a grant writing manager or something like that to make sure this never happens again. Why are you not doing that already? Like grants, it's kind of, it's money that there should be someone dedicated already to get. Here's a little bit more from this KTVU report. And again, they need to figure out a way to do something. Why? Because businesses are losing hella money because they can't get it together. So here again is more from this report from KTVU where they're talking to some of these business owners that are obviously not happy that they missed out on the money.
17 million is even enough.
It's better than nothing.
Nothing's what Oakland's
That's the
getting.
position the city of Oakland now finds itself in after missing an application deadline for the state funding, an action that's left Luis Hernandez, the manager of Piedmont Grocery, shaking his head.
I think it's a disgrace that they didn't.
He says retailers have been pleading for help from Oakland's understaffed police force and that the money could have been used to help shoplifters at his store more brazen than he's seen in years.
This fencing, we have to put it up just to keep people from getting our liquor, which was a big problem.
Yeah. So, I mean, there again.
And the city of Oakland putting out a statement about its missed opportunity for funding, saying in part, quote, "This outcome is unacceptable. The city and department are reviewing everything that happened to ensure it does not happen again and will take appropriate action." The city, to rectify all this, says it's hiring a manager of grants to manage grants across all city departments. But again, this really just another controversy that the city really just did not want to deal with right now.
Duh. Retail thefts crazy. I'm going to tell you a really funny story. Oh, thank you, Brian. Brian donated $18 to the super chat. He says, tonight begins the Jewish New Year of 5,784. I don't know if I'm supposed to say it like that. Rosh Hashanah, and celebrated through Sunday at sundown. Happy New Year, Nikki, Kim, and everyone else, all in good health. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, Rosh Hashanah. I think Lori or somebody else was mentioning that. Spencer, thank you also for the $5 super sticker. You guys are so very generous. We really do appreciate it. Thank you. It was interesting to tie into our wine at 9, which is what I'm calling this moment right now. When I was waiting for my bullet train home yesterday from seeing Matthew McConaughey, I was there used to be, I don't know if anybody knows this, there used to be a kiosk or whatever that sold beverages, including alcoholic beverages. Like you can get a Corona or you can get like a little bottle of wine or whatever. And you can't drink it in the bus station, but you can drink it on Caltrain on the way home. And so I was like, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I don't normally drink during the week anymore, but after being on cloud 9 with Matthew, I was like, I'm going to get myself a beverage, but it wasn't there anymore. It was shut down. I don't know if it's been shut down for a while. I don't know. So Safeway is right across the street. So I go into Safeway. Now, just to let you know, when I walked in, there was a security guard right by. It's kind of one of those revolving doors. And so I walk in and I looked at him. He didn't even look at me. But I had a backpack on because I had my water bottle. I had a water bottle. I had my books. I had some snacks. And so then I go and I got a can of which I don't recommend, by the way, Cutwater vodka mule. It was like a Moscow mule in a can. It was not good. But then I was like, oh, let me pick up a bottle of white wine for my wine at 9. And so I pay for it. And then at the checkout counter, which I had to go and talk to somebody and pay, obviously, I put the wine and the Cutwater in my backpack because I can't take it and wait a Caltrain with it. I had to put it away, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm walking through Safeway with wine, and I did have a receipt, but it was shoved in my bag with wine and stuff like hanging around in my bag. And I just walked out, and the security guard looked at me, and I smiled, and I walked out. And I thought to myself, do they think I'm stealing something? Not that. Just because I have a backpack, I have nothing in my hands. Yeah. Like I'm not carrying anything. I'm not carrying any groceries. Right. I don't have a tote bag. I have a backpack. Now I'm not saying I was profiled as not a thief, but he didn't question me. And if he did, it would have been a pain in the ass because
they probably saw you go through the line. You're not the only
No.
person on the move in the city, right?
No, because where I was exiting was on the side of the Caltrain, and in this particular Safeway, the checkout counter was literally on the other side of the store. So I had to walk through aisles to exit the exit that I wanted to exit out of, right across from the Caltrain. So, and it's fine. I didn't steal. Obviously I didn't steal anything, but it did make me wonder, how does this really work in literally the real world? Like, people could shove things in their backpack. And I'm not saying I just don't look like a thief, but he didn't question me. And I could have stole the stuff. He doesn't know. He didn't ask. So it's a tough one, but I did pay for it. And this is the one that I'm choosing.
What's it called?
It's called La Crema.
Oh, La Crema.
Chardonnay.
That's nice. Yeah.
Yes, this is a nice one. It was actually on sale. It was like $15. So it's not too bad. This was at Safeway.
La Crema is known for its Chardonnay, as a matter of fact.
Yes. So I
That's in Santa Rosa, right? It's made in Santa Rosa?
Well, there's a Monterey and there's a Sonoma County.
Okay.
I got the Monterey one. I don't know. I'm assuming it's good as well. So I got the Monterey La Crema Chardonnay. What do you have?
I have here a Ferrari Carano Pinot Noir from 2011.
Ooh.
Yes.
What year is it? Oh, mine's a 2021, so yours is older.
You need if you're drinking a white, it needs to be more current. Yeah.
Oh, is that the rule? I did not know that.
Well, you don't want an old white wine. They go skunky and bad. But an old red and an old Pinot, if you lay it down for a while, that's going to be good.
Where do you keep your wine?
In a wine closet. It says wine cellar. It used to be the coat closet, but now it's just wine. Damn.
And it's filled?
There's a lot of holes in it now. We've plucked a lot free, so we probably need to replenish. But there's a lot of wine in there, yeah. Probably
Does anybody
more
look
wine
at you
than we'll
weird?
drink.
Is your husband home? Is he looking at you weird?
We live in Sonoma County. Come on.
Everybody's drinking.
No one's home right now.
It's always wine o'clock. It's always wine o'clock.
Oh
no! So Sandy says the one I got is not good. The Sonoma's great. The one from Monterey, not so much. Okay, well I'll give it a shot. I didn't even think about it. I forget which one Karen always used to tell me to get. Maybe it was the Sonoma.
Oh, that smells so good.
Oh, so okay, then never mind. Kim Schaffer would know. Mike and Karen Reed are La Crema Monterey connoisseurs. Okay, so this is the one that I always get then, because I always get the one that Karen gets. All right. You ever put ice in your white wine, or is that blasphemy?
Oh yeah. No, it's funny because real wine drinkers will say, "Oh, that's blasphemy."
Yeah.
Sometimes
drink it fast enough.
And some wine. Come on.
I mean, I don't want to water it down, but how long are you taking to drink your wine, and if it's hot? I mean, I don't know. You don't smell white wine like that, do you? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't drink wine that much anymore.
Please, that's good. Oh.
Wine at 9, baby. Drinking wine at 9 o'clock in the morning. That's just, we're living the life, Kim McAllister. I'm just saying. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers to Matthew McConaughey and cheers to you.
Cheers to you, handsome. Thank you for yesterday's memory. There you go.
That's a good Pinot Noir. Mm-hmm. So Ferrari Carano is a really fancy winery. It's in, I think, Healdsburg, I want to say.
Okay.
It's in Sonoma County. And it's the prettiest winery, and they have a huge tasting room downstairs. If you're ever looking for a winery to take family to, and you are headed to the North Bay, put Ferrari Carano on your list. They make you pay. It's like a fancy Napa winery in Sonoma County.
Right.
So it's not a cheap one to go to, but wine is delicious.
And yes, I am drinking out of a mason jar, because I don't have wine glasses really in my house.
What? How is that possible?
I think I've mentioned this yesterday. My husband and my in-laws will attest to this. Now, I have probably plastic wine glasses. I am the biggest klutz. Like, I'm not kidding, and I'm not exaggerating. Anybody that knows me in real life and has partied with me knows this. I have gone to fancy, work functions. I've gone to house parties. My hands will betray me. The worst one I ever did, I'll just drop glasses everywhere. I'm just like... There was one time where I literally took a wine glass, and it was as if I was in like a horror movie where my hand didn't belong to me anymore, and I just slammed the glass down on the table. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, and it just broke everywhere. So I don't drink out of wine glasses anymore. I drink out of my husband has tons of bourbon glasses, so I'll just put it in that. You can talk to me all about you don't get the right flavor. Doesn't matter when the glass is broken. So I've broken so many that my in-laws kept bringing me over plastic glasses because they wouldn't break. But when you have guests over and they're like, do you want some wine? And I have to hand them either You know, the ones you get from like the wine tasting with it has like the winery name on it. Like they're not even good ones. I'm like, sorry, we don't have any. I'm an absolute klutz. So that is why I'm drinking out of a jar, is because I probably won't break or drop this. I'm terrible. I'm absolutely
It's white
terrible.
wine. You don't need the wine glass. I am surprised though. I would think that, you would have some for guests, but maybe
I
no.
should.
Yeah.
I probably could dig around we've moved, so I don't know. Maybe we got rid of all of them. I'm sure I could find something, like digging around maybe, but then it's like a mishmash of like different sizes. There's logos on it. It's kind of stupid. No, the hot chocolate on the rug was not me. I actually I didn't drink things like that in the store. I will blame every spill and mess on Karen Reed. How about that? I blame everything on Karen Reed. And I love her to death, but it's just easier to do it that way. Eric says, who needs wine glasses when you can just drink straight from the bottle? What do you think about the prevalence of the screw top?
Okay. So it used to be that screw tops meant cheap wine.
Yes, right?
No, that is no longer the case.
Right.
No. As a matter of fact, some people think that screw tops are a better way to ensure that your wine doesn't get that skunky flavor, that it's better to preserve the wine. So a lot of wineries are going screw top now, and it's not cheap wine either. There's one winery in Santa Rosa, Healdsburg area. They do the barrel tasting every year, and they have a lot of varietals. They must have 20 different wines that you can purchase there, and it's all screw top. And it feels for a second, especially when you buy it to give to someone, like you're giving them some cheap thing, but you're really not. So I think we need to start thinking about screw tops a little differently.
Yeah, I mean, it does make it easier. That's what my M DeWitt's like, wine before 10 a.m. Where do I sign up? Wine at 9. I think we're going to just brand it occasionally when we're drinking.
Yeah.
Kim doesn't like her wine corked. John says they think the cork makes the wine go bad. Heather says not great for wines that need to be aged, though. So I don't know about the aging process if the cork is needed for something like that, but maybe. I don't know. I don't have a wine closet. We have some bottles of wine, and they're old. Like we have this, kind of like a wine case liquor cabinet thingy I'm looking at right now. 1, 2, 3. I would say maybe 8 bottles of wine are in it, maybe. And honestly, I don't drink those wines. Those are wines I just keep because I cook with wine sometimes. So I need like a red or something to like kind of throw in my pasta sauce or something. Yeah. But I don't drink wine that much anymore. Next week, if anyone lives in my neck of the woods, there's the Campbell Wine Walk. So me and some of my mom friends have been debating whether or not we want to go. It's kind of spendy though. $55.
Yeah.
For 2-ounce pours for 3 hours.
How many pours?
Well, I'm assuming like how many wineries or like restaurants, even if they'll just like
unlimited.
Well, it's much walking as you can do. They're telling
me for 6 pours, or if they're telling me for as many pours as you can get in 2 hours.
Yeah, I think it's as many as you can get in 2 hours, but no food. That's a sloppy mess. And it's a school night. It's a Thursday. Now, I know we're drinking wine at 9, but I don't drink wine that much. So then it's kind of hard for me to be like, should I do this? So we're thinking of just eating and getting like an outdoor table to watch the drunkies. What?
Ron is in Sicily celebrating wine at 9.
Cheers
to Ron.
To Ron. Wine at 9 with my Nikki Medoro Show friends. I wish I could take a picture of us on our screen. Right? So somebody take a picture of us here. Let's do a cheers. Okay, somebody take a screenshot. Ready? Is anybody watching on their phone? Cheers.
Cheers to Nick. It was his idea.
Oh, thank you.
Cheers.
Oh, thank you, Nick. There we go. Cheers. I'm drinking.
If I wasn't working, I'd be drinking with you, he says.
When
cheers.
you cheers, Kim McAllister, you need a drink. Cheers.
I did.
No, again. We're just going to get Kim hammered. Are you ready? Here we go. Cheers now again. Drink.
Mark's going to be like, why are you drunk doing the news?
Everybody
thank you, Nick,
just
for
listen.
this fine idea. We should do it every Friday. I'm in.
Slurring during the Mark Thompson show. Let's
and
see how much
thank
wine
you for the $25. By the time the after party hits, I'm going to be like, woo!
It's going to be a real party.
It's going to be a real party this Friday.
I don't have any food in my stomach. I do not eat breakfast, so this wine is going straight to my head.
Thank you, Nick. We appreciate
you, Nick,
that.
For the $25.
Yeah, that's a really nice
awesome.
contribution.
Thank you so much. Heather's like, if I wasn't working right now, I would join you. Who sent this to me? I love our friends. Oh, Kim, thank you. Okay, hold on. Kim has a picture of us. Let's see. She did pretty good. I need a better one though. I look terrible and you're blurry, Kim. But yeah, that was here's a good picture. Thank you, Kim. You're the best.
I'm always a little blurry, and that's by design.
Getting blurrier by the sip, I guess.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know if we should drink alcohol. If it was lunchtime, that'd be one thing. But we were supposed to have like crackers and stuff. All I have are Cheez-Its, and I don't know how Cheez-Its.
You know what? I'm not going to. Yes, I will have more. Thank you. I'm not going to open a glass of Ferrari Carano Pinot and then not drink it. Yeah.
Do you think that Mark would notice if you drank through the entire show? Like just start taking sips.
Yeah.
Do you think he would actually say something? He'd be like,
"Yeah, but you know what happens when I start drinking a little bit?
I want to know.
Get the loose lips. Start getting a little more belligerent. I already got in a fight with him yesterday over some ridiculous idea he had. Watch out today, man.
Was it on air or was this off air?
Oh, no. It was not a real fight. It was on air. It was just a disagreement. You know what he said? Let me tell you what he said.
We are all part of the XKGO family, so please lay it on me.
He said that this delegate that posed for the porn with her husband, he said it was private. That she put it on the internet in behind a paywall so that it was private, as if somehow like nobody, not everybody could get to it. That is absolutely not private. We tell our kids, if you put something on the internet, it's there forever. It's not private. The minute it goes online, all privacy expectations are off.
Well, you know what? This is how I see it also. Okay, so I hear what he's saying simply by this. It's kind of like when parents get upset that a teacher has an OnlyFans. It's like, well, why were you on OnlyFans? Right? Like you went on OnlyFans. And what's worse, the person that's making money or the person that's paying for the money? Which is worse? Like if you have to pay to see this person, this politician, this teacher, this whatever, if you have to pay to see their sexy time, why are you complaining? You paid for it. You don't have to see it. I will say that
you can't make an argument that you are the victim of revenge porn when your political opponents use your sexy time pictures against you, when you're the one who put them on the internet for all to see. And by all, I mean for anyone with $20 and a hankering to see some naked people. Right. Yes. But that's not private. Your expectations of privacy are dashed once you put it online. Done.
Now, I've said this before and I say it again. My husband hates it probably that I say this all the time. Yeah. I have never posted or text or sent my husband. And again, I've been with my husband. I've known him since I was 17 years old. So analog to digital. All right. Mm-hmm. I have never sent a sexy time photo at all. And he's like, why? And I'm like, because there is no such thing as online privacy. It does not exist. Like people can take screenshots, but I'll say this: you brought up revenge porn, though, and I do think that the shaming of people that do choose to do something, like there should be no belief that it's going to always stay private. No. But I also don't think that, because I'm not a prude, I don't think people should be shamed for it. If I was that politician, I'd be like, yeah, and you saw it, you paid for it. What's that say about you? Like, I'm having sex with my husband. What I'm doing is not illegal. You're paying to see it, so you're making a choice to see it. And now you want me to feel sorry for you? I mean, maybe this is the wine talking, but I tell him to kick rocks. No, Kim. Believe me, if my husband wants to see my tatas and everything else, he can see it live in action at home. I ain't putting it on the phone. No. And God forbid, a child sees this, as in mine, right? Like, no. I mean, there was a meme the other day I saw on Facebook, and someone was like, oh my God, I found this book of my dad, or I found this box of my dad's old stuff. And there was like those little VHS tapes. And someone's like, do not watch that. Like, don't watch that video because that's sexy time.
Have someone else watch it first.
No, don't watch it.
Give you the ones. Well, it could be old family videos, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it could be. You don't know what's in there.
Videos. I'm sorry if you check if your parents were alive in the 70s, there is a sexy time photo. When camcorders came out, are you freaking kidding me right now? No. Do not watch any of your parents' old VHS tapes unless it literally says kid's first birthday. Like, no. If it's blank, don't do it. It ain't worth it. You'll be scarred for life. Nobody wants to see that. I'm
we
sorry.
got a request. We got a request from Valley Star to please put the name of the winery in the program notes. Okay, we can do that.
All right, I could totally do that. Send it to me and I'll put it in there.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's an easy thing to do.
Thank you, Pamela. Thank you very much. That's right. And then.
Hello, hold on. Kim's like, kid's first birthday is a ruse. No, but what if you want to see your first birthday? And then do you want to know real quick before we get to your story? I vividly remember just talking about videos that scar children for life. I vividly remember my parents, and it was the projector videos, you know what I mean? Like old school of my birth.
Okay.
So let's just say that was enough for me. Right. I mean, there's definitely, and it was a side angle. It wasn't like a full on like crotch shot, but I'm just saying, even the side view, traumatized.
I'm going to make Julia watch that here pretty soon. I feel like that's birth
control.
control.
I don't have that. I don't have that at all.
Full on video. Yep.
Full like on. Crotch shot.
The whole 9 yards. That I want to see her head coming out. The whole thing.
There are 2 people. Well, besides my mother, there's 3. There are 3 people, especially with Dylan. So funny story. When I was giving birth to Dylan, you know, they make you get in all kinds of positions to kind of help you out. And my husband, if anybody knows him in real life, this is going to totally be on point of who my husband is. So I'm rocking back and forth. And my doctor's like, okay, get on all fours, right? To rock. And I'm wearing a gown. Okay. But like, he's like, you know, to kind of rock back and like help the baby move. And at that point, my husband had been gone and he comes back in the room. And he's like, Doc, that's how we got into this problem in the first place. Not a good joke. The doctor was not thinking that my husband was very, very funny. But yeah, I don't have any videos. I did not want that. I don't want to watch that. My best friend, April, she got a full shot. My husband, obviously. My mom, obviously. But other than that, I don't need to see it again. I do not want to see that. I don't want to see that. Not me. And thank you, Wes, for the $5 and the happy Friday.
Oh, hi, Wes. Cheers. How's it going, Wes?
Cheers.
Thank you.
We're getting loose lips over here. And Tim Sika is going to come into quite the party in just a few. Okay. All right. So what was your story?
Oh, I was just going to tell you that after I make this argument, Mark gets all aggravated with me. He just gets a little belligerent. He starts raising his voice maybe a little bit.
Maybe he had a little
and making the argument. And then David Katz comes on and pretty much makes the exact same argument.
And does he argue with him?
Oh, yes, I understand that. No, he doesn't.
Oh,
I felt like I was at a conference table where you present an idea and then the guy next to you presents the idea.
Oh, what a great idea.
And what a great idea. When you're like, that's what I said 5 minutes ago.
Did you call him out?
Yes, I did. I did call him out. Yeah. He made some lame excuse. That's fine. Whatever.
You're like, oh, is David just reiterating what I just said to you, Mark? Thank you. Fabulous. What a fabulous idea. I already said.
I have to tell you, though, I adore Mark Thompson. So before anybody thinks that there's
he's really funny.
Yeah, he's really funny.
Sweetheart.
He's awesome.
And he really is.
And really respectful because he emailed me later in the day and said that was a great segment, whatever. So that's fine.
No, people love this. People are loving seeing us. Honestly, this has gone straight to my head.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God. I don't know how you're going to make it through the day drinking that entire bottle of wine because you can't let it go to waste.
I agree. I have to drive to San Francisco tonight.
Why? Are you doing the Jane Goodall? No, the Jane Goodall.
Yes, tonight is Jane Goodall. Yes.
But what was the deterrent? You didn't update us on that. What's going to happen?
Julia decided that she wanted to go to the football game.
Yeah.
So my sister is going with my niece to see Jane Goodall, but I don't want them to walk in the Tenderloin, and the Golden Gate Theater is right at the edge of the Tenderloin.
So what are you, the bouncer? Like, what are you, the security? What?
I'm the chauffeur, the car and driver. I'm going to drop them off right in front. I'm going to go park in a safe area. Then I'm going to return. I'm going to pick them up. We're going to have dinner together. We're going to come home.
You're so nice.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a Kim McAllister in their life. I'm just going to say this right now.
I'm not going to drink too much because I am the designated city
Kim is
driver.
going to be taking a nap between 2 and 4.
No, I have school pickup. Oh, that's right. I have school pickup. I can't drink this whole bottle of wine. I'm ready to keep on pouring.
It's only 10. You'll be sober by school pickup. Hopefully eat something. I know. Okay. All right. Can you do headlines? Are you ready for headlines or not ready for headlines?
Am I ready for headlines? I'm always ready for headlines.
Let's do some headlines. And then we'll talk a little bit about I don't know what. And then Tim Sika's coming on to talk about movies. And I'm going to tell Tim Sika that he was absolutely right about The Nun. I'm telling you.
He warned you. He saw it, so you didn't have to sit through that.
Yeah, but he knows like if it's a scary, but you know what? Okay, let me just say this real quickly. Scary movies oftentimes do not get good reviews. They just don't, because I think what scares people and what is cheesy and what people are willing to put up with is very varied. It's very varied. And so, yeah, no, I always have to watch the scary movie. And because it was The Conjuring and that whole theme, but my daughter went to see it. And she also thought it was lame. She's like, that was lame and it was not scary. It wasn't scary. It wasn't scary. Like, it was not scary at all. But anyways, let's do some headlines and I'll figure out what else to talk about while we're a little bit tipsy. Coming up.
Now, from around the world to up your street, the Nikki Medoro Show presents News Czar Kim McAllister.
Yes, indeed. It is time for the news, and I will tell you that former President Trump is denying accusations that he asked Mar-a-Lago staffers to delete the security footage sought by federal investigators in his classified documents case. Did we really expect that he would do anything else? No, we didn't.
No, we did not.
In an interview with NBC's Meet the Press, Trump called the charge false, and he noted that no tapes were ever deleted. He is facing 40 criminal counts related to obstruction of justice and alleged efforts to keep classified material after leaving the White House. Did you hear the judge in the case also is now limiting his ability to see that classified information during his trial? Yeah, he can't look at it or talk about it. And yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, is there, okay, I'm going to just be devil's advocate here. Unless there is actual audio of him doing this or saying it, I know it can be, he said it directly to me. There could be testimony of it. I want it to be like I just need to find 11,000 quote. And I also want it to be the other one that he was caught saying, about, showing off the classified documents to people that weren't supposed to see him at Mar-a-Lago. I want more of that. Yeah. This hearsay, because it is hearsay. It's like you said it. He says no, unless there's audio. He digs himself holes all the time. Let's just keep leading with that.
Well, his staffers aren't going to go deleting things and moving documents and without direction, right? I mean, he's
going to sell them up the river. It doesn't even matter. Like if you are tied to Trump and he could cut you loose to take the blame. He's already done it to Eric. Remember he was like saying something about Eric. He's like, Eric was more in charge of that kind of stuff. Like, bye kid, peace, deuces, bye. Like he does not care. As long as he is out of prison and is getting the love, he doesn't care who he sells out. Yeah. That's it.
Officials with the American Lung Association are now questioning the Hawaii Department of Health's messaging about the air quality in Lahaina. There are concerns the DOH isn't doing enough to warn people about the dangers of breathing in toxic air. And there are ongoing fears of carcinogens like asbestos remaining in the air and in the ground now around Lahaina. And I would add also in the sea, because these ashes and these things blow into the ocean. So yes. Mm-hmm. TikTok facing a major fine for violating children's privacy laws in the European Union. Ireland's Data Protection Commissioner says TikTok's family pairing feature did not properly verify users under the age of 16 and had their parents' approval. TikTok is being fined 345 million euros, the equivalent of about 370 million bucks.
Wow. I mean, every time, and I am on TikTok, full disclosure, it is not my go-to social media feed. It really isn't. The reason I like TikTok, and I've said this before, their editing software, so when I make my cooking videos and everything, it's better than any others. And the reason why it is you can pause it. Instagram doesn't offer that. Mm-hmm. These others, so the editing, that's how they get you, But every time someone's like, there's a new filter on TikTok, I'm like, they're just collecting more of your data. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like it's, if you want it to be part of a movie, this is what I say, that China is behind ByteDance, right? They're like, look, we'll just make them look like dogs or really, really pretty. And they'll give us all their bio data. Like that's all we have to do for these stupid Americans. We just have to tell them that they're going to look like a goat, or they're going to find out what my red flags are. And all of a sudden we're going to get all of this data from them. And because we do it willingly. We willingly put this stuff out there, and it's silly.
God, they must think we're so stupid, you know?
But you know what? But I think the catch-22 for China and all these other countries is their own residents do the same. So if you don't think, now I know that TikTok looks differently to them, but if you don't think that people that live in their countries want to have the reach of America, you're mistaken. So there's this, they don't want to destroy America because they depend on America, right? So it's all complicated and incestual in a way, but yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about the Google antitrust suit. Have you heard about this? This is you're like, why not? What the hell?
I'm going to pour myself some more wine for this one. Okay, go ahead.
Today is day 3 of the Google antitrust trial in Washington, D.C. The Justice Department accuses the tech giant of spending billions of dollars to secure agreements with mobile carriers, smartphone makers, browser operators to become the default search engine. Prosecutors say Google has more than 90% of the search market. And I mentioned this the other day. Google says, listen, it's not our fault that we're the best at what we do and everyone else is a dumbass.
With their wine in their hand. They're like, look.
It's not our fault that we are the #1 search engine because all of you can't get it together and create a good product.
They're right.
Yeah, they
are.
I'm
sorry. Like, look, if I went to Google and it looked like Bing, no. If I went to Google and I went to like Yahoo search back in the day, no. Google is great because Google's great at what they do.
That's right.
There's a reason why people say Google it. Right? That's what, because they're better at it. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with being the best at it. Yeah. Now, did they do some shenanigans to kind of become the best or attract the best employees or the best ideas? Okay, yeah. But nobody is choosing Bing.
Listen, if Bing was better than Google, I'd use it. If DuckDuckGo actually gave me the search results that Google did, I've tried too. It sucks. I don't want that. So I agree with Google on this one.
Yeah, cheers to Google. There you go. Sorry, our overlords, because Google is like, of course,
owns YouTube,
owns way too much stuff. But yeah, exactly.
Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, begins tonight at sundown, as we had already been told. The 2-day observance begins. The High Holy Day is also referred to as the 10 Days of Awe. The High Holy Days conclude with Yom Kippur, the Jewish Day of Atonement. I like that.
Okay. I like that too. Okay, so Kim has a request for us, though. We both need to take a sip at the same time. Okay, are you ready, Kim? Let's give her a little bit. Not you, Kim, the other Kim, the Kim that's taking the picture. All right, ready? I'm going to take off your comment, Kim. Are you ready? All right. This is your 3, 2, 1. Ready? And you have to hold. Ready, go.
I don't know how long I have to hold for. All right.
This
is the middle of the newscast, people.
Hold on. Were you drinking?
I was drinking.
You could just hold the liquor in your mouth. Okay,
no.
Go ahead. Okay, go.
A U.S. Senate subcommittee has begun looking into the alleged mishandling of sexual assault investigations at the Coast Guard Academy. The investigation will focus on the Academy's failure to disclose can't even talk anymore. The results of sexual assault investigations to Congress or the public. Yeah, they covered it up. They didn't want to talk about it.
Mark Thompson's show is going to be so lit. I'm just saying.
A bill that would give healthcare workers in California a minimum wage of $25 an hour will be considered next week. Those opposed to Senate Bill 525 say it would lead to higher healthcare costs, as if they could be any higher, especially in rural areas. Officials say the law would give pay raises to everyone working in the healthcare industry, including janitors, food staff, and transporters. If it passes the Assembly and the Senate, of course, it goes to Governor Gavin Newsom, who would have 30 days to sign it before it can become law.
The next month is going to be so interesting on what he signs and what he doesn't sign. Can I just throw one question out and you guys can let me know in the comments? And I know that I'm probably dropping something pretty heavy on this. What do you think? Let me just get Kim's opinion real quick. What do you think about giving striking workers unemployment?
Oh, I'm for it. I think it's a great idea.
Okay, so this is my worry. Like, on one hand, I'm pro-union. On the other hand, why wouldn't everyone just strike and then like not go to work? Like, the point of a strike is like we are hurting and we're willing to take the pain because we believe in this. If there's there's a little pain, because if you make more than what unemployment will pay, then obviously you're taking a hit. But it does seem to lose a little bit of the skin in the game because you're still getting unemployment. Convince me otherwise.
people that are striking, this writer's strike has been going on for months and months.
But they're not getting unemployment. It's donations to keep them,
That's
above
right.
board.
And people are suffering, and actors are suffering. I'm not talking about the A-list making millions of dollars, have a mansion in Beverly Hills actors. I'm talking about the actors that, we think these people are all loaded down with a Brinks truck, and they're not. They're working like we're working. And so I feel like if you really want to be able to have people pay their rent and exist and have the fortitude to do a strike that, lasts as long and makes the industry feel the pain, then helping them out in this way is a really good idea. And
I feel like it's going to lead to more strikes, though, because people won't hesitate because they know unemployment is coming.
Well,
does that make sense? That's
awesome. Then strike and get what's coming to you. That's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how
okay, good. Okay, good.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers. The New York Jets quarterback is taking the first steps toward recovery after tearing his Achilles tendon. Did you just laugh at his injury? No, you didn't.
No, I just laugh at Aaron Rodgers. That's all. Not his injury. I don't like anybody getting injured. Even people on teams that I don't like, I always say that's bad juju. But I will laugh at Aaron Rodgers and all the jokes that come from this. Okay, go ahead.
Well, he announced yesterday that he had successful surgery. He posted a picture of himself smiling from his hospital bed. He tore his left Achilles in Monday night's game against the Buffalo Bills. And I just feel, why I feel bad for him? It's not like he's going to be poor or live in poverty. But people like this, it's all about their career and the legacy that they leave behind. He wants to be the best, right? And so now he had this season, he was going to finish out his career hopefully on top, kind of like a Tom Brady. We're going to, get the Super Bowl thing.
Yep. Nope.
And now it's over. I mean, at 40 years old, I don't know if you come back from this type of injury. And I feel bad for the guy. I do.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't want to see anybody be injured, but I will say this. Aaron Rodgers brings like these headlines on himself, and I don't want him to be injured, but it's just the amount of money he's made, the team that he's on, and how little he played. It's kind of not funny, but weird, right? It's just like, okay. And you know what I really, on a serious note, I'll say this. AstroTurf needs to go away. He signed up knowing that he was going to have to play on the AstroTurf. And apparently, and I don't know if it's actually true because it's the internet, apparently somebody called it. And now, again, I don't know if this was made after the fact or whatever, but somebody on social media was like, T- whatever of Aaron Rodgers tearing his Achilles on that turf right there. And then it happened. So.
Last story, some big name celebrities, speaking of the strike, are auctioning off their personal time to raise money during the ongoing writer's strike. A collection of eBay listings went live yesterday, posted by a group of actors and writers who say they want to support their fellow crew members. Actress Natasha Lyonne is offering to help the highest bidder solve their New York Times Sunday crossword. People could get a pet portrait done by John Lithgow, or have Adam Scott walk their dog for an hour, Bob Odenkirk and David Cross are even offering an in-person dinner opportunity. And all the money raised will go toward union members who are not able to qualify for benefits as the strike drags on. Yeah.
I mean, and that's what I like. So that's why, when I bring up the fact that they could get unemployment, and I know what is unemployment? Like 60% of your salary, not 60% of your salary, but there's a cap. And then it's
not enough.
It's not, look, especially in the Bay Area, it's not enough. So I'm not saying you can make ends meet on it. My only concern is, and I say this as a pro-union person, we want the impact of a strike to be an impact. And if everybody's striking, not saying they're not valid strikes, but if everyone's striking, then the impact I feel is diluted a little bit. It's like, oh, there's those striking workers again. And I don't know. Your union is only as strong as its members. So as long as you guys stay strong and make the company hurt, I think your point will be made.
Lastly, I will tell you it is Cheeseburger Day on this Friday.
Cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger.
It should be wine day, but it's cheeseburger
Wine
day.
at 9, baby.
Congratulations.
I don't know how often people are loving wine at 9. We cannot do this every Friday.
No, we can't do it every Friday.
No, we cannot do it every Friday.
God, it went right to my head. Like the minute we started drinking, it was like,
oh,
whoo,
I am foggy as hell.
Girl.
Yeah.
This report is crowdfunded, which means we do rely on you. And thank you for all the super chat donations already.
Yes.
And thank you to everyone. Honestly, thank you from the bottom of our hearts to everyone who has signed up to be a Patreon member, a Medorable,
yes,
contributing through PayPal. You can find it all at thenikkimedoroshow.com. If you too would like to participate and buy us a little wine from Wine at 9, we appreciate all the help we can get. I'm Kim McAllister, and this is the Nikki Medoro Show.
There you go. There you go. And again, our raffle is live. You can buy tickets for $20 each. You can buy more than one, and many of you have. And here's the little thing. Okay. So again, we're only using PayPal. Here's the direct PayPal link. It's paypal.me/the Nikki Medoro Show. That's not hard to remember, but if you just go to PayPal and you hit send money, the email address that we always give out, thenikkimedoroshow@gmail.com, is the way you do it. And it's $20. And again, it includes, if you live close enough, like 50 miles or so from San Jose, personal delivery by me. I am going to deliver this box. And I'm I'm starting to wrap. I've started to receive some of my things. I'm going to show you. Where is it? Oh, wait, it's not. Okay.
Where are you going?
I have one of my things that I'm so excited about has already arrived. Okay.
What is it?
Okay, so I'll give a hint. So this is something that includes. See, the reason why I don't want to give hints is I don't want people to get it. Like I don't want people to get it. So I'm going to individually, this is my plan. I'm going to individually wrap everything inside this big box.
Right.
And then it's going to say like, open when you feel, or this is going to help you with, or whatever. Right. Mm-hmm. Like that sort of, I'm trying to be cutesy with it because I've never done anything like this before. So this is a pin. Okay. So it's very small, but it is when you need help expressing yourself. That's what it is. That's going to be your little hint for the day. So that's already, I have things down here. This is where I'm storing all of my things. Oh, there you go. I have all kinds of pictures. There's one. I went and got Kim's, and then I noticed that I have a ton of emails from listeners taking screenshots of us. So there you go. There's one. You know, I'm getting I think this is the one. I think I might have to print this one out too, Kim. This is the Christmas card.
Is it? You think that's what it is? Oh, Lord.
Yeah, we can't be drinking during the show all the time, but no. I love everybody here. Oh, thank you, Heather, for the $5 donation. Bottoms up.
Bottoms up. Cheers to Heather. Heather always has great things to say in the chat all the time. Exactly. Great comments. Here's to Heather.
Exactly. And I'm sending out emails later today of confirming your raffle donation. So continue to send them in. We're going to be doing it all month. I know it might seem like a lot, like a long distance between now and then, but I know that it's going to take a while to get everybody's, raffle tickets in. But we'll be doing it on the 1-year anniversary. So, and it's going straight to the show. But what I love is when people send in their raffle ticket payments and I know their name and I see their name. They're like, I'm this person on YouTube. And I just adore you guys so very much. Yeah. Cheers, baby.
I like that one.
That's a good one.
That's funny.
Yeah. We're going to make that the Christmas card. Well, you know.
Are we sending out a Nikki Medoro Show Christmas card?
I think we need to. Oh God, I gotta start early. You know what? I'll send it out to my Medorables and my regular PayPal donations. If you send it to me, we could print that one out. I think that's a good idea.
Or if you haven't donated but you want one, then just send us your email address. We'll send it to you too.
Look how nice Kim is. Or you could just become a Medorable. I'm still working on my sticker. I want to work on my sticker. Like I have so many ideas. I need a graphic designer though. I can go into my website and do it, but I swear I have an idea in my head and I can't create it, and it sucks. So if anybody does graphic design, please reach out. Okay, so Tim Sika is coming up in a couple of minutes. Can I do something fun though? I know we've had such a fun day. Do you watch? And I know we watch a lot of crap shows. This is a show I do not watch, but my mother watches. Dancing with the Stars. Do you watch Dancing with the Stars?
My mom watches Dancing with the Stars.
So does my mom.
No.
I don't understand. She loves it. You know why she loves it? Is because I danced. That was my sport when I was a kid. We competed professionally. Like I was a professional dancer with my brother for years. So she loved it. She's like, it always reminds me of when you and Michael, my brother, used to dance. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. But I want Dancing with the Stars to be like NASCAR, where I'm like, oh, please suck. Please just suck. Like,
do I pour more or do I stop because I have to drive later?
It's 10:30, dude. Eat something. Let's put a little bit. The problem with drunk asses is that you're like, should I? Yeah, sure. You're asking the drunk person for good advice. You're like, yeah, sure. Why not? It's fine.
Can I just tell you, first of all, before you continue on, that I want to thank, to the bottom of my heart, this lovely person.
Oh, yeah.
Sam Elderbank. I just saw that he had put through a super sticker for us. There he is. $10 from Sam. Wine at 9 contribution. Sam, let me tell you that I spent a healthy half an hour last night looking at the maps you posted on Facebook, trying to figure out where Palestine was and exactly what you were talking about. This? He posted he bought these globes that, like an old globe and a new globe, about, where Palestine used to be located, whatever. Right. And so I was looking for it, and I was so interested in these old globes that he posted. And so I kind of fell into looking, and they're a little bit hard to read. You're going to get confused now that you've been drinking.
I see it. No.
Yeah, and so I was trying to figure out where everything was. Anyway, cool globes. Liked it. Thank you for the post. There you go. And thank you for the $10.
Thank you, Sam. And we adore you and love you so much. I will say this. This is such a drunk thing to say. You're beeping. Maps and the size of countries are totally not nationalistic, but when you consider how big we think the United States is in, let's say, comparison to Africa, right? It is no comparison where we are in a gigantic continent, but I think many of us, we're so big and we're so tiny. We are so tiny. And it's because of maps that you need something like that, globes and things like that. You're just this tiny little country over here, and Africa is gigantic, gigantic. I'm just saying, you just got to keep things in perspective.
Yes, it is gigantic, Nikki. Thank you for that. Astute observation.
This is why people don't drink in the morning. I'm like, did you know that an entire continent is bigger than the United States?
Yes. Really? Mm-hmm. Thanks for that. I appreciate it.
Okay. Anyways. Okay. So Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with the Stars. Oh. Video's going. Okay. So Dancing with the Stars season 32 is premiering in about 10 days. Okay. 11 days. They've announced their winners. The only reason I'm bringing this up.
Yeah.
Is because of one person and one person only.
Because I never know half the people on that show. What kind of stars are you talking about?
They're always B-list. Who the hell's going? You know what? It's either B-list, it's a bachelorette, or it's someone that's trying to revamp their image. Okay.
Yeah.
But the reason why I'm bringing it up, you know who Barry Williams is?
I do not know who Barry Williams is.
You do know who Barry Williams is.
Oh.
You do. Barry Williams was on Brady Bunch.
Oh, he's Greg.
I forget their names. Yes. Barry Williams is going to be on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
And did you know, I don't know if you've been keeping track of this bit of history. This home is the Brady house, right? The Brady house sold for $2.3 million under the asking price. Now, why should I care about this? They could have gotten buku bucks. Do you want to know why? Who wanted this? Who wanted this house? Does anybody remember their celebrity trivia? Who wanted this house? Who was willing to pay for it? Who was willing to do a reality TV show out of it? Come on. Anybody?
Well, they made it look exactly like the Brady Bunch interior. So the house was used for exterior shots, but HGTV buys it and they completely renovate it and they make it look like the interior Brady house with those weird old stairs on the rocks on the walls and the the burnt orange.
Wes is right. Lance Bass wanted to buy that house. Mm-hmm. Do you think that he would have paid $2.3 million under asking? No.
Mm-mm.
No. You freaking morons. You should have totally done it. Now, is it the cutest house in the world? Let's bring it back up here.
It's from the 70s. It's in a nice area. It's somewhere in Los Angeles, right? In Studio City is where it is. Nice area.
What do you think of the blue door? What do you think of the blue door? I always wanted a red door. Or
I have a red door.
Sea green.
It's like a lot of homes don't have the larger front lawn. If I recall, the backyard is pretty decent as well. A lot of new homes that, might look more modern today, you buy and it's like postage stamp, or the house is right up against the sidewalk, right? Instead of set back like that.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Yeah, there's something to the older homes that have a little more space. They're a little spread out. Oh.
I mean, again, it's also a piece of history, right? So you need to.
But you have to deal with all the people, looky-loos, stopping by, taking pictures of your house all the time. There's probably people parked outside 24/7 posing in front of their house.
There's Barry Williams.
Oh, Greg.
Were you a big Brady Bunch watcher?
Absolutely, I was, because I'm older.
Really?
Than you. Yeah, I used to watch it every day.
I mean, I watched it
in reruns. Yeah.
Yeah, in reruns. You know what they just had in my neck of the woods? Mrs. Roper Day. From
where you wear a caftan
Three's
and
Company?
big beads. Yeah.
No, yeah. I wish I had a picture of it. I literally just thought of it because you said it. Yeah. So apparently there's some group in my neck of the woods, and they were all like downtown Campbell or somewhere down in San Jose, and they all dressed like Mrs. Roper. I'm like, how was I not part of this? Not that I'm a huge Mrs. Roper, but I'm a huge taking part in ridiculous stuff and dressing up like a moron type of thing. That's me. I would love to participate in that.
Let's go back, because when you showed a picture of Greg Brady, he didn't win that house, did he? No.
He didn't even so it sold. Let's see.
How is he connected to this other than being part of the Brady Bunch?
Well, I just said he was part of Dancing with the Stars, and I was thinking that if they waited, I didn't finish. If they waited to sell the house, after Dancing with the Stars, I bet they would have gotten more money. That was my theory. That was the theory I was trying to lead with.
Sure.
Is that the Brady Bunch house? Everyone's thinking of the Brady Bunch. They sold it at the wrong time, but nobody knew that it was going to be Greg Brady or whatever his face is, doing this. Now, 2.3, they still got, let's see, it sold for $3.2 million. Look, that is not the most attractive house in the world, and it still got $3.2 million.
But as we've seen, has a lot of bedrooms for all those kids, but as we've seen,
bull. That's Hollywood magic.
It doesn't
over
matter
there.
what it could be. Look what's happening in San Jose. It could be a shack, a shanty.
It is. It could be
and
burned
it's still
down.
more than $1 million,
Yes.
right? It doesn't matter. It's all about location, and it's less about what the house actually is.
Location,
$1 million house.
location.
We used to think, $1 million house would be a mansion, and it would be, have all these things. Well, it turns out $1 million house is the 70s shanty shack I live in. So
yeah, no, honestly, like, I watched that stupid show like Selling Sunset or Selling OC or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm always paying attention to the price. So if you go up a couple $1 million, you get a lot of house. But I don't want to go up a couple $1 million. When did $1 million become like the buy-in? $1 million used to be the dream. And now all of a sudden it's like, I'm up for $1 million. It's like I'm up for $100,000. Is that okay? Jim
Wes says the renovation of that show house was amazing. I'm sorry, I clicked on your thing.
No, I didn't. I have not watched that. I haven't
but
no,
either.
Jim was just saying a Nikki meme is taking part in ridiculous stuff and dressing up like a moron.
Yeah.
Was I not already doing that? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Oh, Chad, thank you for the $5 donation to our super chat. Not only have I seen every Brady Bunch episode, Chad writes, I can tell you what episode is 10 seconds in.
Yeah.
Okay,
here's the question, Chad. Favorite episode? Favorite Brady Bunch episode? Do you have one?
Tell us, Chad. Because the Marsha one gets it. The one where her nose gets bashed in.
I like the George Glass episode.
Which one is that? I'm not one of those.
Where
people.
Jan has a boyfriend. She makes up the fact that she has a boyfriend.
Yeah. I've heard that.
And his name is George Glass. And then Marsha's like,
and she's looking around the room, and she's like,
yeah.
Sure, Jan.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. And she was kind of a cunt. Like, I'm like, okay, shut it. You know what I mean? Like, go with my lie, biatch. Whatever. Jim's like, Nikki. Dude, I've never had a sister. I mean, I have half sisters. Who are my sisters? Sandy and Jeannie. I love you. But like in house, I haven't because they're way older than me. But like, if I had a sister, I'm always curious. You have a sister. Was it ever like a Marsha type of thing?
No, because I'm older than her.
By how much?
7 years. But you know what my favorite thing is? When we're standing together and people ask which one of you is older.
Ah!
She hates it. She looks at me like, oh my God. Ugh.
Hey, it's not as bad as me. I'm telling you. And this goes to show what I guess I have to look forward to. I will walk out of my parents' house and people will be like, Millie, my 73-year-old mother. Millie, no.
Wow.
No. At my wedding, the priest walked up to me thinking I was my mother. And I'm
Your
like,
mom must look really good. The thing about that is you're gonna age really well. So that's
thank
nice.
you. But I'm like, no. And now like she went through the process of like changing her hair gray. I have some sparkles in here, but shite. Like, give me a break. No, my mom looks good. She looks great for her age.
I love John's text. I like the one where Alice said, pork chops and apple sauce with a slab of tomatoes on the side. Flo Galvez for $10. Flo is an amazing person, and I love Flo. Thank you.
Can we bring Tim Sika into our drunk session? So Tim,
yes.
We're drunk. I'm just letting you know we've been drinking wine since 9:30. Just letting you know.
Really? Wow.
It's wine at 9.
You know what they say about drinking early, what that means. You know.
You go to bed early? Because that's what it's means for me.
Yeah, what does it mean, Tim? Tell us what it means.
Lay it on us.
I'm having just a little more.
Yeah, no, it usually is indicative of something. I won't say because
are you gonna say morals?
Well, no, you know, I've known a couple of alcoholics in my day who told me that that's usually a sign when you drink in the morning. That's what I was thinking. But
I always wondered about those people that, you know, why bars are open so early in the morning. Like, who goes to the bar at 8 a.m.?
Alcoholics, Kim. Alcoholics. Who could possibly be drinking in the morning? People have an alcohol problem. We're not doing this every morning, but somebody, Tim, when we were talking about our Friday food segment, had said wine and cheese. So we just took that as wine. And so
where's the cheese? There's no cheese.
You know, the cheese would have helped the wine a little bit, you know.
I apologize for getting to you so late, but we're drunk, so I apologize.
So the Nun 2 sucked, huh?
Oh my God. Okay. Before we get to Tim's reviews of the current
Tim
movies,
told you it sucked. Why you went to see it anyway, I don't know.
Yeah, Tim, wait, I'm going to say this.
Thank you, Tim. Yeah.
Okay,
you're welcome.
Tim, you'll support me on this point too. Don't you think that movie reviewers often, not all the time, think that they rate scary movies less? Like they just do.
But not Tim.
Yeah.
Not Tim. Tim is thoughtful about his...
I try. I try.
And he knows
really...
you like scary movies, so he's going to review it more thoughtfully for you.
Yes,
I agree.
Thank you, Kim. Gee, I think if I'm ever in the market for a press agent, you've got the job.
I'm just saying that because you think that a movie is bad, I will take heed. But then when it's a scary movie, I'm like, movie reviewers are tough on scary movies.
They are.
You guys
tough.
are.
Yeah.
You guys are really hard on scary movies.
Yeah.
It sucked. And the funny story I had to tell you real quickly is when I was watching The Nun 2, the theater I was in did not have good sound control. So as I'm listening to it, the Barbie movie, Billie Eilish, I could hear it. It bled through and it demolished any suspense that was happening during my movie. So that also sucked. But my daughter, who's 14, who I let watch scary movies, she was like, this is not scary. It was not scary at all.
Yeah, no, it just limped
It was boring.
It was dull.
Boring.
And it was too long. And all they did was have a scene, then a jump scare, then a scene, then a jump scare, then a scene, then a jump scare.
And then I was watching for that one scene with you with the magazine things that you told me to look out for.
Yeah, I like
it. Was cool. No, it does not save this movie at all.
No, it doesn't save it at all. I pointed it out because
it was cool.
I thought it was the only good thing about the movie.
It was all right. I was like, nah, Tim, you're giving it way too much credit. That was not a good movie. Skip it. Skip it is not.
Yeah, I was trying to be fair. I was just trying to be fair. Yeah, no, I thought it was lousy.
Well, let's
skip it.
Skip it.
Skip it.
Skip it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tim. I am so sorry. Okay, let's start with this one. Love. Love at first
Okay, so
sight.
wait, I want to know how many glasses you've had, the two of you. It
Okay,
sounds
hold on.
like a lot.
So
Really, the whole bottle? Well, that's
no,
not that
the
bad.
bottle's right here.
But
I haven't eaten.
not that
Neither
much.
of us have eaten anything. It's the morning.
Oh, okay.
It's morning time.
That's
The bottle's
true.
down to here. That's
Yeah,
why I'm
so-
down to
so-
We're
here.
about the same. We're about the same.
So
We're
you've
drunk.
absorbed all the alcohol, big time. Yeah, no food.
No. Okay, I don't have to do 2 more shows after this. This one does. If there was
yeah,
ever
she
a day
does,
to
yeah,
stay
no.
on YouTube, it is today.
Yeah.
Okay. Love at first sight.
Yeah. What are we talking about here? Where are
Oh,
we?
this looks like my kind of movie.
Oh, well.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, well,
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, wait, no, wait. I think I'm going to surprise you all. This is another Netflix romantic comedy. I was given a choice this week as to which Netflix romantic comedy I would review. I was given the choice of this one, Love at First Sight, right, which drops on Netflix today, and another one called Love Again, which dropped on Netflix last week. Well, Love Again was 14 minutes longer than Love at First Sight, so I didn't even have to toss a coin. I picked the shorter
Whatever
one.
one's shorter. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So
Wait, before
anyway.
you go, I think I watched Love Again already. What is that?
Because it dropped last week. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it any good?
Yeah, that was the one with Sam Heughan in it. My Heartthrob.
Oh, and with Priyanka Chopra. No, I
That's
started
right.
watching that. Don't even bother.
It's
Okay,
a good
see,
movie. I liked it.
It was not that good. It was so fake. It was so contrived.
It was, but it was a cute story.
If you're drunk on wine at 9 a.m., watch it.
I'll watch Sam Heughan
There's your
in
review.
anything. He's the guy's a mega babe.
Outlander guy, but whatever.
Well, okay. Well, anyway, so this one, Love at First Sight, it's based on this book called The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight. So that kind of, I went, oh, okay, that sounds kind of interesting. Okay, that's good. But the movie, like the book, apparently begins with the movie saying this movie's not about love. The story's not about love. It's about fate. So I thought, okay. But the premise is that this young woman played by Haley Lou Richardson, who I like a lot. She's a really good actor. She misses a flight. And because she misses that flight, she winds up sitting next to a guy on the next flight she takes, who's a math nerd, right? He's played by Ben Hardy, who, let's just say, changes the course of her and his life. But I'm not going to give anything away. Yeah, So the movie's filled with statistics like, wait a minute, I wrote one down here. Like, did you know that 17.6% of people walk away from the love of their life? Did you know that? Did either of you know that?
No, because I married the love of my life.
Is that true? Or is that some made up statistic?
That's the thing. How that was actually determined, or if it came from a reliable source, I don't know. I guess you'd
She's
have to
just
read the
making
book.
crap up. She's
Yeah.
like 17.2 sounds great. That's fine.
But anyway, the movie's filled with stuff like that. So there was this theme of logic versus feeling and how all of that plays into the equation of who we're going to wind up with as a partner in life. So all of that was pretty interesting. I could barely tolerate all of the cutesy songs. There's all these cutesy songs commenting on what they're thinking and what just happened and what's about to happen. I think the only time that actually worked in the movie was in The Graduate, which was like released in 1967, which I think was the first movie to do it, to use songs like that commented on the action. And it was innovative, but it's now become like, I want to just say, stop, don't just stop. Anyway, I like the leads, so I kind of grudgingly admit that Love at First Sight was relatively okay.
So a half thumb
That's
up,
right.
or is it like a mid? Is it a mid thumb?
I would give it an objective 2.5 stars out of 4.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. A little more than 50%. Okay.
Well, what
That's
were
not
your
bad for a
favorite-
romance,
No, what are your favorite rom-coms? Have you ever said? You never told me.
Anything with Matthew McConaughey. Just letting you know.
Oh, I heard about all that
Tim,
stuff.
did you see the picture? I mean,
Can I tell you something? I'm saying this publicly for the first time. I actually met Matthew McConaughey, and you're not going to believe this. You know where I met? I'll say it anyway.
Say it.
I met him. I was in the men's room at a urinal. I am not kidding.
Oh my God.
And I turned to the left, and there he was.
And did he look deep into your eyes and say,
I didn't say a word.
That's what he did to me.
No, actually, he was in a movie. He shot a movie in San Jose called Ed TV.
And I didn't know that was filmed here. That's one of my favorite Matthew McConaughey movies.
I like that first one he did where he was the lawyer, A Time to Die or something. What was it called?
Oh, he's been in so many. Like, just don't even get me started. Like,
no, but anyway, what it was I was supposed to interview Ron Howard, who was at the San Jose Arena shooting this scene with Matthew McConaughey, but I didn't. It was so busy and crazy, but. So I never ran into him per se, except in the men's room.
Did you say anything to him?
Are you kidding? Are you kidding? No, of course not.
Well, no, our friend Noe met, from Clueless.
Alicia Silverstone?
Thank you. She met her at the KGO bathroom.
What? At the KGO?
In the KGO restroom.
Yeah, they were going pee. So bathroom interactions are not uncommon in our business, Tim.
Well, you know what I was struck by? The one thing I was struck by with seeing him was how short he was.
He's 6 feet tall.
No, he's not. He's short, and he's kind of slight, but he photographs like he's this like giant.
I am 5'1". There's the picture. Look at the camera.
Okay, well then I'm losing it. I'm losing because I remember at the time, and I said this to my sound guy. I said he's really, really short. Maybe I'm just taller. I'm like 6'2", so maybe that's why I thought he was short. But he looked small. He looked little. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, I'm just saying, dude. Like he's.
Oh my gosh! Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, so now where was that taken again?
Yesterday. The best day of my life. Besides
no, wait,
my wedding and my children's birth. At the book passage.
Oh, that's right. He was doing the book thing. Yeah, right.
My dream came true, Tim. I don't know if you understand this. My dream came true.
No, I do. And that's a really, really nice picture. That really isn't it.
I love that you guys
could be a
think
couple.
it is.
Look at that.
Yeah, you kind of do look like a couple.
That is exactly what I was looking for, my friend. Thank you.
Yeah, you do kind of look like a couple. Yeah.
I am married to the love of my life. And you know how I know I am married to the love of my life? Because he was the first person I called after I met my heartthrob. I was like, oh my God. Like, just imagine being married to a woman who calls you after meeting her heartthrob. Like, oh my God, he looked deep into my eyes. Those were the first words out of my mouth to my own husband.
Okay, well, wait a minute. Was he nice? I bet he was.
Oh my God, he was so nice. And he didn't smell like BO, which was the thing we were kind of worried about. He was so nice. Tim, I'm just going to recap for you.
Yeah.
I'm drunk. Okay. I looked at him and I said, this is a dream come true.
No, you didn't say that.
Yes. And then he's all, well, thank you so much. And then we took a picture and then he looked back at me, Tim, in my eyes. Yeah. In my eyes. Yeah. And he was like, it was so nice to meet you. And I was like, yes.
Now, really, you don't think that other women have probably said that to him? You don't care.
This was our moment, Tim.
Well,
I am telling you, it is our moment.
It's so funny because I interview a lot of celebrities and people always say, well, how were they? And I want to go, well, of course they're nice. They're supposed to be nice. They're there promoting their thing and they are
there was a moment. No, there was a moment.
And I try to convince all my journalist colleagues, like, they're just, they meet so many people. Okay. No. And I'm sure it was an exception with you.
And he felt my soul. And
Nikki, he's an Academy Award winning actor.
How many times have I told you, if you make me feel something in a movie or in a scene, I'm all in. I am.
What did he win the Academy Award for?
It was for that. Well, wasn't it? It was that AIDS movie.
Yeah. It was.
I'm blanking.
I'm drunk. I'm drunk right now.
Well, I'm blanking on the title. I do this all the time. Yeah, he won.
I can see him in it.
He and Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. Oh my God! How am I this drunk? Damn it, Tim! I'm blaming you.
Okay, well, I've been accused of driving.
It is okay.
So, anyway.
Damn it!
By the way, you asked my favorite
Dallas Buyers Club.
Well, you asked our favorite rom-coms, and I will say, what's the one about the airplane? The Love Actually. I love that one. Love Actually. That's probably my favorite.
He's not into Love Actually, but that's fine. Okay.
Love Actually. Yeah. And also all the Channing Tatum ones. I like that. I like his
Magic
rom-coms. That's not a rom-com.
That's not a rom-com.
That's not a rom-com.
You weren't at the same show I was.
But like Dear John is really good.
Yeah.
There's some really good ones. The one about the woman who suffers from memory loss. That was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, time something.
Yeah. Nikki, what's your favorite? You never said.
My favorite rom-com?
Rom-com. Yeah. She doesn't. She's not. No.
You know what I like?
Death 2. The final murder.
The Nun 3.
I'm gonna be totally cheesy right now. Okay, besides anything with Matthew McConaughey, like Made to Whatever On or whatever, my favorite rom-com to this day, and I'm not even exaggerating, is When Harry Met Sally. I love
that's a good one.
Great,
I love that movie.
Yeah,
you know why I love that
movie?
movie? Well, one, because I married someone that I've known forever. Okay, so like it totally fits in with that thing. But it's the whole like marrying your best friend. I love When Harry Met Sally. It holds the test of time. The Notebook is a little like whatever.
Oh, I like The Notebook.
Oh, I like The Notebook too.
It's all right, but no, When Harry Met Sally, hands down, I will watch it all the time, is one of my favorite rom-coms.
Yeah, always. It's a great script. That is just the best script ever.
And I love the premise. There's no real abuse. It's really honest. Notebook is kind of abusive and like gaslighting. I'm just being honest. I know Ryan Gosling is whatever, but that was not a great relationship.
And it has the best line, I'll have what she's having.
Exactly. No, When Harry Met Sally is one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah.
Okay, let's continue because we have like 2 minutes, Tim.
Oh no,
okay. We gotta let him go. We're like all drunk and talking. Okay, hold on. So we have this one, The Haunting in Venice.
Yeah, this is a good one. It's another Agatha Christie thing.
Okay.
It's the third one for Kenneth Branagh, right, where he plays the famous Hercule Poirot, that Belgian Sherlock Holmes guy, the famous Agatha Christie character. Anyway, this is pretty much like all the other Agatha Christie novels that have been filmed. It's like a group of people assembled together in one space. Somebody's murdered, and then Poirot has to figure out through precise, observation and logic which one did the deed. So it's a whodunit. The spin on this one is the setting, Venice. The production design, the cinematography, the supernatural overtones, and it's very tasteful. It's intelligent. The script is literate.
So good. A thumbs up.
It's a thumbs up. And I want to mention too that what's her name from Everything Everywhere All at Once, Michelle Yeoh, is in
she's
this.
Right there. Yeah.
Yeah,
on
and
the second from the right.
Yeah, she plays this mysterious medium, and she's fabulous. She is just amazing. So anyway, I went in doubtful because I've seen this type of movie a million times, but this was good. This was
good.
Really, it was a class act, and it was intelligent entertainment. And
all right, so 2 thumbs up. Oh my God, Kim's like breaking shit over there. Sorry.
It's the wine. It's the wine. Oh, we have time for Cassandra.
That's right. I caught it.
Let's do Cassandra. Let's do Cassandra.
Okay, this is a dramatic biopic. That's oh God, yeah. That pose there. That
does it all for you. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't do anything for me, but it stars Gael Garcia Bernal as this real life guy. His name was Saul Armendariz, who was this amateur exotico Mexican wrestler. And exotico is like a male wrestler who performs in drag. So weird. Anyway, this guy was openly gay, and he came to be known as the Liberace of Lucha Libre. And Lucha Libre is this it's a term that means freestyle wrestling, and it's a particular style of professional wrestling originating in Mexico. But Saul, this guy, our protagonist, he came to be known as the Liberace of Lucha Libre when he created this openly gay exotico wrestler named Cassandro, and he became a big hit on the wrestling circuit, which, needless to say, upended the macho, big-time Mexican wrestling world, of which he was a part in the 80s and 90s. It takes place in El Paso, Texas. And it's a hoot, this film.
Oh, really? Okay,
I mean, it's kind of a gay liberation tale, but it's also this touching, emotional mother-son drama, too. It has this interesting romantic sheen about it, the way it was filmed and played. Gael Garcia Bernal is so amazing. I mean, he's like fearless. He's scary. He plays this role so well. But it's a really interesting drama about a pioneer of the gay community in the world of lucha libre, who totally changed the image of an exotico wrestler from a loser to a winner. And he just used his sexuality, threw it in people's face to his ultimate benefit. Yeah, it's a really, really good movie. I had heard and read a number of good things about this movie when it debuted earlier at Sundance this year, and it's great fun. I thought it was great fun.
Awesome. And that's on Amazon, so that people can see that, right?
Yeah, well, it opens in theaters today, and then it streams on Amazon Prime as of next Friday. So yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, Tim Sika.
Lori wants to know, is that a drama or a documentary?
It's a drama. It's a good question because they've made a couple documentaries about this guy.
Oh, okay.
But this is a narrative version of his life. So yeah, see it. It was the most fun I had in a movie this week.
Oh, well, I'm going to be looking out for that one. So that was the big one that Tim Sika liked.
Yeah. And you know what? I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have some wine next week when I come on again. That'll loosen me up. And
I don't
would you
think we
recommend
could do this
it?
Maybe we'll let you know we have to do this once a month, maybe. I don't think we could do this every Friday.
Mm-mm.
No, we can't do this every Friday. I think Kim now is realizing that she has 2 more shows to do.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can do it. Kim's got to abstain.
Yeah, so I think Wine at 9 is going to be a monthly thing.
Wine at 9. That's a great
Wine
title,
at 9.
too. Wine at 9.
Yeah, and it lasted for an hour. Tim Sika, thank you
Bye,
so
ladies.
much. We'll talk to you
love
next week.
Okay,
Bye.
take care. Bye.
Mwah.
right,
You're my
so-
favorite boy. That's nice.
All right. Thank you for everyone for putting up with our drunk asses. Thank you. Again, if you want to join our raffle, just go to PayPal. The Nikki Medoro Show at gmail.com is the email address. So if you go to paypal.com and you hit send money, you put in that email address and you can buy $20 raffle tickets, as many as you want, to win a mystery box from me. And if you live close enough, my drunk ass will drop it off to you. I'm not promising I'll be drunk.
I kind of want to buy a ticket.
Just so my drunk ass will drop it.
But I think that would be rude for me to win, so I'm not going to buy a ticket.
Can you imagine if I do a live raffle and it's all Kim McAllister? And everyone's like,
no. But I want some of the cool things you have in there. Like, I want to know what's in there. Are you going to put out a list, like, even if we don't win, about all the things you had in there?
This is what I'm going to do. So it's a mystery box. So I'm not going to let everybody know. Somebody had said, like, give little hints. So I just give a hint. I did a pin that is going to help you in tough situations. I'll give hints between now and October 17th when the drawing is. But no, like the whole point of it is it's a mystery box. It's my favorite things. I am telling you, if you are a fan of this show, when you open that box, nothing will surprise you.
What I'm saying is after the person wins, are you going to put a list of what was in the box?
My favorite. You know what? I might even do little videos of why I like it. How about that? I'll as I get my items in, I'll be like, this is why I like it.
Junior Oprah is what you are.
You get a box and you get a box and you get a glass of wine. All right. So continue to stay on YouTube because we're late and Kim's drunk. So go watch Mark Thompson and
Not
the
that
After Party
drunk.
Life.
Maybe a little bit.
We'll see. All right. I'm not here on Monday. Kim is. I'm going away with my husband. So keep it tuned. I'll be back on Tuesday. I love you all. Thank you for.
Are you going to the beach or the mountains?
I'm going to a reggae festival, and you know how I like it. So
I do.
I am going to be gone Sunday into Monday, and then I'll be back on Tuesday.
Can you call in from the reggae festival?
You do. If you thought I was bad now, Jesus, Lord Almighty. All right. I'll see you guys. Don't worry. I love you. Bye.
Nikki, you're all so awesome. You're proud, like a beautiful blossom. You're also the best. I really can't rest. You're all so awesome.
Wow. Okay.